Alright guys, so in today's video, we have here something super exciting that just landed in Malaysia. Maybe when you see this video, it's going to be out already. And that's actually the awesome HUAWEI Mate XT. The tri-fold smartphone that you might have seen, on my socials or maybe even on YouTube like a couple of months back. But it's officially here globally right now. Now, this is not a concept, it's actually something that you can buy today. So that's pretty cool. But let's take a closer look at what you can actually use with this display and why is it so interesting? Why is it so revolutionary in terms of its technology? Let's take a closer look. Now, first things first, like I said here, the key star of the show is all about that tri-fold display, and it's not just the fact that it can fold both inwards and outwards, which is very interesting because apparently it's very easy to make phones that just fold one way, like the Mate X6. But having the fold both ways is actually pretty difficult. But HUAWEI has actually achieved that, and there's actually a lot of cool technology that went into the R&D of this device, which we will talk a bit about later. But for now, let's focus a little bit more and talk a bit about how you can use it, because it's really, really fun. So first up, if you can just think about working remotely, you can connect this to a Bluetooth keyboard and you can actually have your, your Office, your WPS or whatever work on the go very, very conveniently just by using this. Now, the second one here is naturally about watching movies. Yep, sometimes when you just go on a flight and you don't want to watch the shows that's in flight, you can actually download a couple of shows to your Netflix, Disney Plus, and you can enjoy that shows on this huge screen. Also, it's very, very slim, guys. So take a look at how thin this device is. It feels like you're holding, a couple of pieces of paper. It's really that thin, and again, it's a really interesting build that they actually got here on the Mate XT. You can also browse your social media, like your Instagram Reels, your TikTok, watching YouTube and all that. And I particularly like browsing Instagram on this huge display. And the reason for that is because you can actually zoom in and see a lot of those detail on this display. Now, just in case you find it too big, like I said, you can actually just fold it close so that you have a more conventional kind of foldable. And again, you can have your side-by-side screen, dual split screen or something like that. Multitask along here with the Mate XT is great for multitasking. Furthermore, if you don't feel like holding your device and you just want to show it to someone, you can always create it so that it looks like a stand by just folding one end and maybe placing it on your table. Alright, let's talk a bit about how it feels like when it's closed. Now, when it's closed, you might think that it's a bit thick and all that, but in actual fact, I actually compare it to an iPhone using a case, and it's actually about the same thickness level. So if you are used to using a phone case with whatever phone you are using, the thickness levels will feel about the same there. So it's actually still very manageable with just one hand. Alright, so that's all the cool stuff that you can do on the display. It really makes a lot of sense when you start using it. When you first see it on, online YouTube channels and all that, you might think that it's a gimmick, but after I personally use it for, close to 2 weeks now, it made a lot of sense and I can't, stop using it. Alright, now let's talk a bit about the cool technology that's going on in the phone itself. And for that, I'm going to pull up my document that's in here. Alright, so first up, the cool new tech that we have here is actually called the multi-directional flexible materials. And just like the name suggests, this allows it to fold inward and outward very smoothly, but still very firmly. Like you can actually just put it at any angle that you want and it will sit right there. So it's very flexible, but it's also still very firm, not like some other foldables where it's just very loose and all that. Now, the second cool tech that we have here is actually called the non-Newtonian fluid material. And this is actually something quite scientific, but just to put it in layman terms, the materials that is being used here is actually very durable. So it's more resistant towards impact. Say for example, if you drop the phone by accident, you don't really need to worry too much about that. But I still do not recommend that you do a drop test on this kind of phone. Alright, moving on to the third cool tech here. Let's see. The third one is all about the advanced precision hinge. And the hinge is not just lightweight, it's actually allowing the phone to fold smoothly without causing any kind of significant crease on the display, which again you can see on your screens right now. For something that can fold inward and outwards, the hinge here is actually very important and it's actually taking care of all that. Now, last but not least, alright, we have here the ultra high strength steel hinge, and yeah, this is again related to the hinge, but basically the hinge itself is very, very durable. Now, having used the HUAWEI Mate XT, it actually reminded me of this Mate X6, and we also have a couple of cool technology on here. Now, first up, we do have that aviation grade aluminum middle frame. That means that this is again a very durable frame, although it is very lightweight. Now, moving on, we also have that super sleek and slim design, which again you can see is a fairly slim foldable. Even when you close it up, it's barely the size of a standard candy bar phone. Now, moving on, we also have the super durable inner screen that's apparently strong enough to even lift a 150 kilogram motorcycle, and it also uses that super strong second gen Kunlun glass. So a lot lot of cool tech going on with the Mate X6, but everything is taken up a notch further with the Mate XT. Alright, last but not least, in terms of just some other cool features that you can find on this particular foldable, number one, in terms of the design, yep, as you can see here, it's undeniably Huawei's design. It's got a really premium look and build, especially with my black and gold combo. Now furthermore, we also have that flagship X-Mage camera at the back. The camera on here is actually very impressive. Pictures taken by this Ultra Chroma X-Mage camera is very true to life, which I like very much. And furthermore, it comes with a 50 megapixel ultra aperture camera with 10 stops. You also have that 12 megapixel periscope lens that does 5.5 times optical zoom, and you have that 12 megapixel ultra wide sensor. So you're pretty much covered in every aspect here. You have the ultra wide, the main sensor, and the telephoto lens, all at the back here of this very slim trifold smartphone. Now last but not least, it also comes with a super slim battery that's only 1.9mm thick, and it's actually a 5600 mAh battery. Now in case you're wondering about the battery life, so far it has been holding up pretty well. I did not find that I ran out of juice very quickly, even though I used a lot of that huge display. Oh, and before we go, of course, the app gallery also still works well here. You can download all your favorite apps like, your Google stuff, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and all that. Yeah, you can find that all in the app gallery. So that's pretty much the HUAWEI Mate XT in a nutshell. Again, this is something that's very versatile. If you are looking for this brand new revolutionary technology and you want to own something like this, the device itself is going up for pre-order, and mind you, obviously it's not going to be cheap. The pricing, I'll put it down below. So for the latest pricing, you can see them on your screens. And it also comes with Huawei's exclusive after-sales service that includes a 1-year screen protection worth RM1499. So that's pretty much what you can expect from this pretty cool HUAWEI Mate XT. Again, this is the first time I've actually used a phone like this in this kind of form factor that actually works and is not gimmicky. It's actually quite fun to use. Now with that said, thank you for joining me on this video all the way to the end. Really appreciate you guys here. And yeah, if you have any further questions, feel free to drop a comment down below. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Hope you enjoyed this one. Bye bye.